Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Söderåsens National Park in south of Sweden. Beautiful national park. I have never been here before and a lot to explore. But that's not the topic of today's video. Today I'm going to talk about the best lens for landscape photography. This is so beautiful, one of the best entrances for national parks in Sweden. I'm going to go to a vantage point where I can have a look at the valley. I believe we have to go this way. We need to follow the red marks. I think so. Ooh, I don't know. I actually took a wrong path. The path I took was going through the valley next to the river. But I want to be, it's on top of these hills. And oh man, in the middle of the road I noticed that I'm beneath this vantage point that I want to be there. And it's a very steep and a sketchy climb here. But anyway, let's go. Let's continue. Yes, I made it. Let me catch my breath. It was a very steep and hard climb. I guess 60 degrees, 45 degrees, something like that. I was down there somewhere. Okay, well anyway, I'm gonna take a picture of this angle, this view from this here towards the valley. It's not 6:30 yet and sun is very high. The light is harsh, as you can see, and there is no clouds, no fog, but we have some haze and atmosphere which creates some layers. That's what I'm gonna work with. Yeah, so let me grab my camera and take a picture, and then I will talk about the lens choice for landscape photography. For this image I don't even need the tripod. The light is quite strong, and at f8 ISO 125, the lowest ISO, the shutter speed is 1000, and I can use this lens as a tripod. Before we continue this video, I would like to make an announcement. Me and a friend of mine, Julian Proper, we are going to run a workshop in autumn, 18th to 19th of October in beautiful Färnebofjärden National Park. It's truly a photographer's playground, especially in autumn. So if you fancy photographing beautiful woodlands, old oak trees, rapids and fast streams, don't miss this opportunity. And if you act fast, you will get 10% off for the summer sales. If you want more information, please check the link under this video and book your spot. Now let's get back to the video. What is the best lens for landscape photography? When I was walking up here, I was thinking about the same question. And if I ask you what is your go-to lens for landscape photography, what would you answer? I'm very interested to see what you think if you leave a comment here before I get to my answer. Maybe the answer to this question is the lens you have with you. Like when they say the best camera in the world is the camera you have with you, and the camera you have with you has a lens. But the answer is not that, right? So there is more to it. When we talk about the best lens for landscape photography, we usually talking about the focal length of the lens. So I think the best lens for landscape photography in terms of focal length? For me, on Fujifilm, it's my 16 to 80 millimeter lens. This is my go-to lens for landscape photography, and the reason is that it covers both wide angle and somewhat it's zoom into the distance. The equivalent of this lens is 24 to 120 on full frame cameras, and most brands have such a lens, but sometimes we need a telephoto lens to reach out to the distance, right? This morning when I was driving here, I witnessed a very beautiful sunrise over the lake. The best way to capture that and compress the scene was using a telephoto lens. If I have to pick only one lens for landscape photography, my go-to lens would be 16 to 80 millimeter f4 lens. And f4 is good enough for any type of landscape photography, unless you want to create a very, very creamy and blurry background, which I usually don't do when I'm in the landscape, at least. The lens I have with me today is 16 to 55. It's not 16 to 80, which is okay because I have 70-300 with me as well. If I need extra reach, I can use that lens. Because we are on a family trip, having 16 to 55, which is f2.8, makes sense if I want to take a picture of my family with a little bit more blurred background. And I didn't want to bring all the lenses with me. And 16 to 55 is equivalent to 24 to almost 70 millimeter on full frame cameras. It covers the major focal lengths that you need. I'm taking picture of this group of trees, this foreground tree and the midground tree and the tree in the background that has a side light on it, which is very beautiful. And I like the root system of these three, all of them actually. And the light is hitting nicely on the side of the background tree. To do that, I need a wide angle lens. I'm at about 20 millimeter ish focal length at f11 and ISO 125. I'm using polarizer as well. This is my composition. I have this foreground tree, midground tree, and side lit tree in the background. I have a very nice scene here. A little bit further down, another vantage point, I have the valley behind the tree that has a backlit, and it's glowing. It's very, very beautiful. Right behind me, this tree and the background valley. I'm excluding the sky in this composition. I'm focusing a little bit closer to me, and at f11 to have foreground and the tree in focus. Background is already blurred with the haze, and it's beautiful backlit scene. I love it. Again, 40 millimeter in the range of 16 to 80 that I mentioned, and in this case 16 to 55. I have a group of trees here as well that I like to take picture of. They have also a nice light on side of them. This one, the one I took picture of, it has a clear background, so there is a big distance between the tree, that there's nothing behind it, and then the valley on the other side, which works perfectly because the light is coming through this little bit of atmosphere that we have in the valley, and create some sort of glow. Amazing. Now I'm going to take picture of this one and then I continue my way down. Mentioning that I'm using polarizer. I usually use polarizer in forests and when I'm photographing foliage. I found it very useful because it's cut the reflection and reduce the sheen and glare on the leaves, and brings out the colors nicely. That's the effect I really like. And as you can see here in this case, turning the polarizer makes a huge difference. I love this place. I love it. So beautiful. Look what I found here. It's a beautiful stone wall, little wall or something that I'm trying to incorporate into a composition. I found it a little bit challenging, not challenging, but I'm working with this composition because when I try to put these stones in the frame as a leading line, then I will have this big patch of ground here that is empty. So I'm getting closer to the wall, if you call it wall, and zoom in a little bit to eliminate that. My point today was to show you the versatility of the mid-range zoom lens. In my case, 16 to 80 millimeter or 16 to 55 millimeter. In full frame cameras, 24 to 70 millimeter or 24 to 120 millimeter lenses, especially 24 to 120 millimeter lens, because you have extra reach and extra zoom power in that lens. But that's my opinion. What do you think? What is your go-to lens for landscape photography? I'm really curious to know what type of lens do you use. I don't use prime lenses because I don't like to change lenses all the time, but I do have one prime lens, 13 millimeter f1.4, which I use only for astrophotography, night photography, or aurora. I hope you enjoyed the content and the video and the pictures. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are close to 500 subscribers, so a little bit of extra push from you guys, which help a lot. So thank you so much for supporting this channel, watching my videos, likes, comments, everything, and hope to see you soon again in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye.